Quentin Tarantino caught a lot of headlines when he made comments about Marvel and about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, basically saying, hey, I'm not here to bash these movies, anything like that. But when you look at the Marvelization of Hollywood, it's pretty much completely and totally destroyed the industry, and it's killed the movie star. Well, some people were not very happy about. We heard Simu Liu, the genius Simu Liu, high IQ Simu Liu, come out and say, that's racist to think like that. How dare you turn your nose at me? We're bringing diversity to Hollywood. Of course, he is one of the biggest idiots in the entertainment industry. But now somebody else is putting their 2 cents in, and it's Samuel L. Jackson, a guy who's worked with Quentin Tarantino a pretty decent amount. He's pushing back on the idea that there's no more movie stars because of Marvel. Samuel L. Jackson responds to Quentin Tarantino's claim that Marvel actors aren't movie stars. Chadwick Boseman is Black Panther. You can't refute that. And he's a movie star, Jackson said. Now, we're going to get into this. Some people might not like what I have to say, especially about that example there, the Chadwick Boseman example, because as much as I've said a lot, especially recently after he passed, how much I respect Chadwick Boseman for the way that he handled himself with all of that stuff going on, how they should have recast T'Challa like he wanted, but Disney didn't want to honor his wishes, didn't want to honor his family's wishes. They decided they wanted to use his death to profit with Wakanda Forever. Pretty disgusting. But when you look at this argument, I just don't know if it works out in Samuel L. Jackson's favor. Samuel L. Jackson, a longtime collaborator of Quentin Tarantino's, is responding to the director's recent criticism of the Marvel Cinematic Universe's impact on Hollywood and his claim that Marvel actors aren't real movie stars. It takes an actor to be those particular characters, Jackson said on The View on Tuesday. And just to remind you, I want you to know exactly what Quentin Tarantino said. Part of the Marvelization of Hollywood is you have all these actors who become famous playing these characters, Tarantino said on the podcast Two Bears, One Cave. But they're not movie stars, right? Captain America is the star, or Thor is the star. I mean, I'm not the first person to say it. I think it's been said a billion times, but you know, it's these franchise characters that become a star. Now, Samuel L. Jackson, I think, is somebody that is outside of that. He obviously had a lot of cachet. He had a name before he came in to the MCU. But I think when you look at a lot of the other people and the fact that they're not box office draws and other things they do, you know, Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. But when Disney goes out with a $200 million budget for a Doolittle film starring Robert Downey Jr., nobody watches it. No, quite frankly, nobody watches it. So these are the types of things we're talking about here. Here's what Samuel L. Jackson said. Okay, well, it takes an actor to be those particular characters. He said after The View co-host asked Jackson what his thoughts were. And the sign of movie stardom has always been what? Asses in seats. What are we talking about? So it's not a big controversy for me to know that, well, apparently these actors are movie stars. You know, Chadwick Boseman is Black Panther. You can't refute that, and he's a movie star. And I'll even take that. We had recast T'Challa trending because so many people wanted Chadwick Boseman to be recast because Black Panther, T'Challa is about more than just Chadwick Boseman. It has been for a very long time, and people wanted to see that play out. They wanted to see that continue. And when you just take the example of Chadwick Boseman, if I look at his history, his box office history, other than Marvel, other than when he played Black Panther, when you look at these box office results, it's not impressive. You know, it's not good, actually. Look at 42, which 42 is the only one you can say is a box office success because it didn't lose money. You know, it didn't lose any money. It probably made just a few $1 million. And to his credit, I think Chadwick Boseman was really good in this movie. You look at Marshall that lost money, $10 million at the box office on a $12 million budget. You look at 21 Bridges. This box office was the budget was $33 million bucks. And it only made $42 million worldwide. So this is something that probably lost $20-30 million when you factor in marketing, when you factor in the box office cut. So the example of Chadwick Boseman is a movie star. I know that plays on people's heartstrings. I get that because of everything that's going on right now with Chadwick Boseman, with his passing, with Wakanda Forever in theaters. But the reality is, no, the reason that was so relevant, the reason so many people knew who Chadwick Boseman was and celebrated him was because of his work as Black Panther. And even Anthony Mackie has said something similar to this years ago. Listen to this. This is from Anthony Mackie a while ago, back when he was still Falcon.
The evolution of the business has gone to, like, there are no movie stars anymore. Like, Anthony Mackie isn't a movie star. The Falcon is a movie star. And that's what's weird. It used to be with Tom Cruise and Will Smith and Stallone and Schwarzenegger. When you went to the movies, you went to go see the Stallone movie. You went to go see the Schwarzenegger movie. Now you go see X-Men. So the evolution of the superhero has meant the death of the movie star.
Now, obviously, Anthony Mackie has a different opinion than Samuel L. Jackson. They're both part of the same franchise. But I just think it's important to take a look at all these things. And he even said, Scarlett Johansson is Black Widow and all of this stuff. And quite frankly, I side way more with Quentin Tarantino. Way more with Tarantino, because it just doesn't seem to be these guys who make a movie that people will go and flock to. Vin Diesel obviously got the Fast and Furious franchise, but if Vin Diesel does something other than that, does it really do anything in the box office? These are the questions people are asking. What does it mean to be a movie star anymore? And I think Tarantino is spot on right here. At least Samuel L. Jackson's response is actually, thoughtful and meaningful, instead of someone like Simu Liu, who just bashes Tarantino and Scorsese for being racist, because that's all this dude knows how to put out of his mouth. He's just that stupid. Breaking the mold, breaking stereotypes. Congratulations, Simu Liu. But what do you guys think about Samuel L. Jackson's pushback that Chadwick Boseman is a movie star, so Quentin Tarantino is wrong about this? I personally think Tarantino could not be more right. We have seen the death of the movie star. Anthony Mackie clearly agrees with Quentin Tarantino as well. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone. And a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.